Prepare to be disturbed. This is not your typical serial killer documentary. In this 90-minute deep dive, we expose the chilling, lesser-known psychopaths whose crimes were so twisted and methodical they make household names like Ted Bundy and Jeffrey Dahmer look tame. From cannibalistic priests to medical monsters, these are the murderers who operated in the shadows, escaping media attention, justice, or even suspicion. This video will change the way you think about evil. There are names we all know: Ted Bundy, Jeffrey Dahmer, John Wayne Gacy. But what if I told you that behind the shadows of these infamous monsters lie even darker, even more twisted souls, serial killers so evil, so methodical, that history itself tried to forget them? Tonight, we peel back the veil. This is not fiction. This is not sensationalism. These are the true stories of the most evil serial killers you've never heard of. Pedro Lopez, the monster of the Andes. Pedro Alonso Lopez, born in 1948 in Tolima, Colombia, suffered a brutal childhood. Abused and abandoned, he was raped at 12 and began a descent into violence that ended in the deaths of over 300 girls across Colombia, Ecuador, and Peru. He lured victims from poor villages, strangled them, and dumped them in mass graves. Arrested in 1980, he confessed in chilling detail, then was released in 1998. His whereabouts remain unknown. Anatoly Onoprienko, the Beast of Ukraine. A Ukrainian orphan turned mass murderer, Onoprienko believed he was an agent of nature. From 1995 to 1996, he slaughtered 52 people, entire families in their homes. After setting houses on fire, he moved on. When caught, he showed no remorse. He calmly said he had no regrets. Sentenced to life in prison, he died in 2013. Moses Sitoli, the South African strangler. Sitoli preyed on vulnerable women in post-apartheid South Africa, posing as a recruiter. Over 38 women were raped and murdered in abandoned buildings. He was caught in 1995 and sentenced to over 2,000 years. He remains one of Africa's most brutal serial killers. Tsutomu Miyazaki, the Japanese vampire. Miyazaki abducted and murdered 4 young girls in 1988-89. He engaged in cannibalism and necrophilia, and sent letters to the victims' families. When police searched his home, they found over 5,000 disturbing videotapes. He was hanged in 2008. Pedro Rodrigues Filho, Brazil's Dexter. Filho killed over 70 people, mostly other criminals. He was known as Killer Petey, and in prison, he murdered dozens more. He was released in 2018 and now speaks publicly about crime. His past, however, remains dark and violent. Marcel Petiot, Dr. Death. During World War II, Petiot pretended to help Jews escape the Nazis, then killed them and stole their valuables. Over 26 bodies were found in his basement. He was caught after neighbors smelled burning flesh. Petiot was executed by guillotine in 1946. Richard Kuklinski, the Iceman. A hitman for the mafia, Kuklinski killed over 100 people using guns, poison, and even crossbows. He froze victims to obscure time of death, hence the Iceman. His double life as a family man ended in the 1980s when he was arrested in a sting operation. He died in prison in 2006. Albert Fish, the real Hannibal. Albert Fish was a sadistic cannibal who targeted children. He wrote graphic letters to victims' families describing how he killed and ate them. In 1936, he was executed by electric chair. The technician said the chair malfunctioned due to the needles Fish had embedded in his own body. Some monsters wear masks, others wear collars. Some preach, some heal, but the worst ones they hide in plain sight. These are the stories that slipped through history's cracks. But now, you know. Evil doesn't always announce itself. Sometimes it whispers. If this video disturbed you, it means you're still human. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, so the world never forgets these names again.